Hi.
Hola Sebastián, ¿me escuchas?
Muy buenos días para todos. Quiero darles la bienvenida a este espacio de conversación. Gracias a todas las personas que se están conectando. Yo soy Sebastián Díez, soy el director de Mercado de Comunicaciones en Inex Moda y les doy una muy calurosa bienvenida a este espacio donde vamos a hablar sobre las oportunidades para el diseño colombiano en la región MENA. Vamos a tener un corto conversatorio con dos personajes que nos van a contar un poco sobre lo que significa el diseño colombiano en un mercado muy interesante y vamos a hablar también sobre una iniciativa que probablemente muchos de ustedes han escuchado mencionar, que es Unique Sello de Autor con Fashion Trust Arabia 2021. Una iniciativa que pretende llevar el diseño colombiano a la región MENA, es decir, el Medio Oriente y el norte de África, a través de una iniciativa muy bonita que tiene Fashion Trust Arabia, una organización sin fines de lucro que este año puso los ojos en Colombia. Quiero recordarles que este conversatorio se va a desarrollar en inglés. Vamos a estar acompañados de dos invitados muy especiales. Vamos a estar con Marta Graui, que es la directora de comunicaciones y la curadora de Fashion Trust Arabia. Y vamos a estar también con Ari Seshasai. Ari es el consejero de negocios de ProColombia para la India y para el Medio Oriente. Y con ellos dos hablaremos un poco sobre lo que significa este mercado y lo que significa el diseño colombiano para este mercado internacional. Quiero recordarles que este conversatorio se desarrollará en inglés. Al final, pues, vamos a hacer una sesión de preguntas. Las preguntas las pueden hacer a través del chat público que van a encontrar en la parte derecha de sus pantallas, o también pueden hacer su pregunta directamente a nosotros a través del botón de preguntas y respuestas que encontrarán en la parte inferior de la pantalla. Nosotros haremos la pregunta al invitado para obtener la respuesta, o si quieren también que les habilitemos el micrófono, pueden levantar su mano a través de la solicitud interna y pueden hacer su pregunta directamente. Vamos entonces a darle la bienvenida a los dos invitados que tenemos hoy. Marta, good morning. Well, evening
Hi.
for you.
How are you?
Good. How are you? Welcome.
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to do this and to be here.
We're very excited to have you here. Thank you so much for
Thank you
joining
for
us.
organizing it, and thank you for switching to English. I'm sorry that you have to continue in English, but I wish I spoke Spanish, but I don't.
You'll get there. You'll get there.
Yeah, I think so.
Hadi, good morning. Well, good morning
Hi,
for
Sebastian.
me. Good evening for you.
Thank you. Good to be here and glad to see that Inex Moda is organizing this. I think it's a great opportunity for the Colombian designers listening in.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. So as I said before in Spanish, today this conversation is going to be developed in English. We're going to have a Q&A sessions at the end of the conversation. People are going to be able to ask their questions on the public chat, or they can just send us their questions directly, and I'll ask the questions directly to you guys. So feel comfortable to speak in English. As I said before, this is a very important initiative for the Colombian design. And today we want to talk about the opportunities in the MENA region, and specifically what we're going to do around Fashion Trust Arabia for 2021. So let's start off with Hadi. Hadi, you are the trade advisor for India and the Middle East of ProColombia. What is the economy like in the region right now?
Actually, Sebastian, thanks. I wanted to start a little bit more with Qatar, and just so people know, so we have an office, ProColombia has an office in India, and out of India, we handle a few countries in the Middle East. We also have someone who's a representative based in the UAE. And, since Fashion Trust Arabia is focused a little bit more on Qatar, I thought I'll talk a little bit about that. Qatar is has the world's highest GDP per capita. It's about $138,000, which is about 20 times the size of Colombia's GDP per capita. Yeah. So in that sense, it's a very high income country. And it's important to understand, I think, the profile of the population as well. So for instance, only about 10% to 12% of the people in Qatar are local citizens, Qatari citizens, and the rest are expats or foreign workers from other countries. So you also have a lot of people who've come from India. So as a result, they are very friendly in terms of doing business with other countries. So they promote a lot of foreign businesses opening up either multi-brand retail stores or working with big chains like Zara. So in that sense, it's quite an exciting place to be. It's quite an exciting place to do business. And also in terms of fashion, there is a big focus from the royal family to focus on luxury goods and fashion. The Sovereign Wealth Fund has holdings in things like LVMH, Harrods, the British department store, in Italian companies like Valentino, and of course you have Fashion Trust Arabia as well. So
great. Hadi, quick question. Where are you based right now?
So I'm actually right now based in Mumbai, though our office in ProColumbia's office in India is in Delhi at the embassy, but I'm in Mumbai.
And actually, I want to jump real quick to Martha, because Fashion Trust Arabia is based in Qatar, but Martha, you're not in Qatar right now, right?
No, I'm in Beirut. Actually, it's funded by Qatar, but we are all based. The whole team is based in Beirut, so we are all Lebanese. The co-chairs of Fashion Trust Arabia are Tanya Faris, she is Lebanese, and Her Excellency Sheikha Al Mayasa from the royal family of Qatar. So we're based here in Beirut right now.
Okay, we'll go a little deeper into the Fashion Trust Arabia in a little bit. Hadi, what are consumers like in Qatar right now? What are their characteristics? How would you define consumers in the market right now?
So actually, Qatar has quite a few, big high-end designer goods stores, and because the country imports a lot of these products, the pricing is also higher than what you would find in, let's say, even UAE, Dubai. So I think about $1 billion is imported in terms of apparel inside Qatar every year. About $300 million worth of US dollars worth of footwear, and another 180 to 190 $90 million for leather products, and almost double the amount is imported in terms of jewelry. So the price point for these products would be much higher in Qatar than they would be in a few other countries, neighboring countries. Maybe Martha can also tell us a little bit. I think Lebanon also should be a little lower in that sense than Qatar. And yeah, Martha, I think
lower.
So, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So there are a lot of retail malls in Qatar, and the big chunk of the market, as far as we know from studies that we've looked at with Euromonitor and a few other consulting groups, the apparel market itself is about $1 billion or so, and about 60% to 70% of that is just outerwear. So at least in terms of designer goods, I think there's a really big market there. So despite the size of the population, that it's only about 3 million people, maybe even a little bit less than 3 million people, I don't think the Colombian companies should be dissuaded by that, because there is a very big market and it's growing at quite a fast pace.
It's a smaller market, but with a higher investment in fashion. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Okay. And exactly. Is there an appreciation for fashion goods? What is the fashion segment like, Hadi?
Yeah, the fashion segment, it's dominated by things like your luxury products. So whether it is apparel or jewelry, the higher priced ones are the ones that will have their own monobrand retail stores. Although from what I've seen, almost about 40 to 50% of the supermarket chains, or rather the multi-brand chains, are the ones that have the dominant part of the market. So yeah, there is a lot of space, I would say, in whether it is mono-brand retail or whether you want to sell in a store like Harvey Nichols or Bloomingdale's, So I'm sure that the Colombian companies that want to go there will have a range from boutique stores up to your really big stores that have their outlets in various malls in Qatar.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we have a lot of designers connected right now that are starting their brand or that have been in the market for a few years now. I'd like to ask both of you, what opportunities do you see for designer brands in this market? Do you think there's going to be an appreciation towards Colombian design? What opportunities do you see in the Colombian design market? Because Fashion Trust Arabia, and Martha is going to tell us a little bit about this initiative, is supporting and is willing to connect Colombian design for 2021 with the MENA region. So do you guys see any opportunities? How do you see the Colombian design market or products in the MENA market?
I think I'll let Martha go first.
Yeah, so absolutely. I think there's a great opportunity for Colombian designers in the Qatari fashion industry and market, because they're very open to cultural exchange. And I feel that the MENA region and Colombia do share this same values when it comes to fashion, when it comes to sustainability, when it comes to artisanal work, when it comes to handmade products or garments or accessories. And I really feel that the MENA region and Qatar in particular will be very welcoming of such brands. They're always on the lookout for something new. They're always on the lookout for something fresh, and they're always on the lookout for emerging designers. And they really moving more and more towards supporting emerging designers rather than the usual brands that we all know and the traditional brands that we all know. So they are moving towards that. And the royal family is quite invested in this sector as well. And yeah, I think there's a lot of opportunity there.
Great.
Yeah, just taking from Martha, actually, very much agree with what she's saying. I think there is a general enthusiasm with regards to foreign designers. So, there may not be a specific demand to say, I want to work with a Colombian designer, but they are open, very open to any countries, to any products that can add some value to the market, and I think even Fashion Trust Arabia has done a lot to encourage new designers and up and coming designers. You don't necessarily have to be a big, well-known name from Colombia or from any other part of the world. So I think the opportunities are there. Yeah.
Amazing. Hadi, before we jump to Martha to know a little more about Fashion Trust Arabia, what word of advice would you give the Colombian designers to reach this market? How would you suggest them to prepare to export or to conquer a market like the MENA region or specifically Qatar?
I'll just answer very quickly before handing it over to Martha. But the first thing, though, I would like to say is that they should not really try to go about it the same way as they do with countries that they already work with, like the US, like countries in Europe. They need to visit the region at least once. They need to, see what products work, what sort of fashion works, what sort of designs work. I would very highly recommend that they travel to one of the fashion shows in the region. There are a couple that happen across the region, and there are also some really big international chains that they can visit over there. So Galeries Lafayette, for instance, is in Lebanon and in Dubai. I think Martha probably has visited them if she's in Beirut. So, I think it's important for them to first understand the market and at least travel there once to get a real feel of what people are looking for. So I think that's the first step.
Great. And of course, sign up for Fashion Trust Arabia 2021 to compete for the Colombian prize. Yeah. Martha, let's
on that later on. I will.
Okay, so let's go back to Martha. Martha, we'd like to get to know you a little more. So I'd like you to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about Fashion Trust Arabia. What is Fashion Trust Arabia? Who are its founders? What does it do? A lot of people are very curious about what Fashion Trust Arabia is and this great initiative that the organization has for 2021 with Colombian design.
Yes. So I'm the curator and the communications director of Fashion Trust Arabia. So Fashion Trust Arabia is a non-profit organization whose mission is to scout, fund, and nurture fashion designers in the Middle East and the North Africa region. So in a nutshell, this is it. And now we are the first initiative and the only initiative of this kind within the region. We do bring global awareness to the MENA region that is often underlooked or understated when it comes to the fashion industry. We have a lot of talents in the region, but we are often not really focused on or looked at as other region or other main fashion cities around the world. So this is our mission. Basically, it's to really connect our designers and our emerging talent with global experts around the globe. With key opinion leaders within the industry and so on. So Fashion Trust Arabia was founded by Sheikha Al Mayasa from the royal family of Doha of Qatar, and Tanya Faris. Tanya Faris is the founder of Fashion Trust in the UK, and because it was a big success in the UK, she teamed up with the royal family in Qatar, and this initiative was born in 2018. We are very excited about the 2 editions that were very successful that we already had, and we are so looking forward to our 3rd edition taking place in March 2021. And as I believe everyone know by now, we are really honored to have a guest country with us for this edition, and we feel that the idea came by trying to connect other regions together that are also underlooked maybe, or where the fashion industry is still an emerging market in these regions, and everyone is so focused on either the main fashion cities, whether it's New York or Paris or London or Milan, but a lot of regions are overlooked. And we feel that this connection and this cultural exchange between 2 amazing markets that have a lot of talent and a lot of potential can be so nurturing for both of them. And this is how the idea came out. Hopefully we'll be doing it every year. Every edition will have a different guest country, but we are so excited to kick it off with Colombia, because we feel that there's a lot in common when it comes to, as I said before, artisanal work and heritage, bringing the culture of the country into the fashion industry and into the work of designers. I think that is something that both regions have in common when it comes to their fashion aesthetics. And I do believe that when it comes to sustainability as well, both regions have a lot of respect when it comes to sustainability and empowering local production as well. So we really feel that there are certain aspects that it made sense for us to start with Colombia. So we are very excited about it.
Well, Martha, on behalf of Unix Moda, I want to thank you for believing in the Colombian talents. And we do believe that Colombia is very important in terms of design, not only in South America, but in America as a whole continent. And we do have a lot of talent. And this is why we have the most important trade shows in the region, which are Colombia Moda and Colombia Tex, which is coming up in January. Martha, before we jump into 2021's event, I'd like to go back to the 2018 and 2019 edition. How was it developed? What is the Fashion Trust Arabia event like? How does it develop? And how do designers participate? And how do they manage to connect with international buyers and international mentors throughout the event? Can you tell us a little bit of story of how the previous editions have developed?
Of course, I'll walk you a bit through the process. So in 2018, which is the first edition of Fashion Trust, it's when the first edition of Fashion Trust Arabia was launched. The idea is that we developed 4 categories, and the 4 categories are evening wear, ready to wear, accessories, and jewelry. And so fashion designers across the MENA region would go into our website, would apply, register, and then fill an application form and apply, choosing the category under which they fall in terms of brands. And then what we did is that we brought together an advisory board of fashion experts, whether they are designers, editors, stylists. Really, it was a very inclusive board where we got people from really everywhere in the world, and we did this advisory board of 25 people that received all of the applications that we got, and they selected from these applications. They selected finalists. They selected 5 finalists in each category, and so we had 20 finalists by January. So the application process opens usually in July, and then by January we have our finalists that are selected by the advisory board. And then following that, we have our award ceremony that take place usually in March. And this is where the designers, the finalists, would fly to Qatar, because this is where the event is held. They would fly to Qatar with their collection, and they would do like a setup. Of course, everything is handled and produced by Fashion Trust Arabia. We fly them, we accommodate them and everything. And there in Qatar, we have the judging day and the award ceremony. And for the judging day, we have another board of judges that is incredible, really. We have like amazing designers taking part of it, such as the creative director of Valentino, Pier Paolo Piccioli. We have Olivier Roustang, the creative director of Balmain. We have Naomi Campbell. We have so many amazing people from the industry that would come to the judging day and would visit each designer and the booth of each designer. They would talk to the designer, have an exchange, look at the garments, look at the accessories, feel it, try it on, and so on. So it's a whole day that takes place. And then at the end of the day, the judges would vote. And then from the finalists, we get 4 winners. So this was the 2018 edition of Fashion Trust Arabia. The second edition of Fashion Trust Arabia actually was very similar. It's the same process, but because of COVID, we weren't able to have a physical event, and so we did a digital event. But it was exactly the same process, but we did add a category, which is the debut talent category, because we felt that a lot of fresh graduates didn't have a collection to showcase, because they were still very young, and they do deserve a chance if you are planning to pursue a career in fashion. So we did add a 5th category, which is the Debut Talent Franca Zozzani Award. And now fresh graduates that are planning to graduate in either a year or have graduated last year are able to apply to this category. And yeah, so this is how it goes. This is the whole process. It's simpler than it sounds, but what's really interesting about it is that the advisory board and the judges are really exceptional, and you can see them on our Instagram account. I invite you to check the advisory board of this edition. It includes amazing people. And then once the winners are announced, we do connect them with a lot of mentoring programs. We've had Maison de Mode as a mentoring program. We're having Bister Village this edition as a mentoring program. Matches Fashion is our retail partner. So it's much more than just a funding. It's also a mentorship of a sort, and the connection that they build and people that they get to meet throughout this process is an achievement by itself. So
it's amazing, and it's a great opportunity itself, only to be able to showcase your product in a different country, in a different culture, and obviously to exhibit your product to different figures and to different people in the industry, not only that are company leaders, but also that are influencers or celebrities that are very fashion oriented and that have a great sensibility towards fashion. Last year you had Victoria Beckham in your advisory team and your judges panel, right? So it's not only about getting mentorship from whoever's in the industry, which is the most important part in terms of business model, but also having that sensitivity from the consumer perspective and from the consumer side with celebrities and leaders from the industry that are very sensitive or that are very oriented towards fashion. Let's talk about 2021, which is what gathers us here today. For 2021, you decided to give the event a twist and to invite a different country, a different region, and this is how you get to Colombia, where we do have a lot of talent. Actually, we have a lot of designers here connected right now. We've seen a lot of them in the Colombia Moda runways showcase their talent. Many of them are exporting to different countries in Latin America and Europe. And we do have a lot of different designers with different DNAs that will be able to open different niches around the globe. For 2021, Colombia is a guest country. I'd like you to explain a little bit about what Colombia as a guest country means for Fashion Trust Arabia.
So, as I mentioned before, we really wanted to shed the light on other countries such as the MENA region that are often overlooked, and so this is how the idea of having a guest country came along, and the opportunity of Colombia presented itself through the royal family, and we really feel that it made sense to kick off this collaboration with Colombia because of everything that I said before when it comes to all the things that the regions have in common and so on. Now, so the guest country is the 6th award of Fashion Trust Arabia. So we do now have 6 awards, and it's for designers that are based in Colombia or are Colombians and have 2 to 15 years, that have been in the business for 2 to 15 years and belong to the ready-to-wear category. So this is it. The designers will undergo the same process as the Fashion Trust Arabia, as the other categories of Fashion Trust Arabia. So the advisory board will be selecting finalists, and they will be flying to Doha during the event in March with their collection. We will be handling everything when it comes to the travels, accommodation, shipping of the collection, and so on. And there, once they are in Doha, they will get to meet amazing people from the advisory board. You lost me for a second.
Yeah, just for a second.
Okay. So once they get to Doha, they will meet advisory board members. They will meet the judges. They will meet other fellow designers from the MENA region across all other categories. I think it's going to be a very rich cultural exchange and an amazing opportunities will arise, I feel, from this. I know from this collaboration. I think them coming to Doha, it's going to be an amazing experience. And the winners of the Fashion Trust Arabia, the winners of the other categories will also get to fly to Colombia as well later that year. And I believe that this cultural exchange is going to bring a lot of good things for both regions. So
yeah, just the fact of being able to travel to Doha to exhibit and showcase your collection, to get the opinion and the feeling from the market of what they think of the product, what opportunities do they see around the product or for their brands. I think it's a great opportunity for designers just to be able to test themselves and test their brands and their products in a different region, in a different market, other than the Latin American region, because we're very similar. We have differences, but we're very similar to neighbor countries. So I think it's a great opportunity for designers. And as Hadi was telling us before, I think it's a great opportunity to get to know the market, which has a high potential of buying and acquiring these type of products, but they need to know the market first. So this is a great opportunity to get to know new people. Marta, what's coming up next? What's coming up next for Fashion Trust Arabia with Colombia as a guest country?
So we are very excited to launch a very special project. It's something that we've been doing in the MENA region, but we also wanted to implement in Colombia. So what we've been doing here in the region, just to give a bit of backup story, we've been traveling from one city to another in the MENA region, from Amman to Dubai to Doha to Beirut. And we've been traveling virtually, of course, because no one can travel. We're all on lockdown. But the whole idea behind this social media campaign that we've been doing and in each of these cities is to gather the city most prominent talents across the creative industry, and not just in the fashion industry, is to gather them all in a shoot, in a campaign shoot, in order for them to push young emerging designers to apply now to FTA Prize 2021. And we've had an amazing response in the region. And because, you know, designers and emerging talents, they really look up to the people that we've been featuring, because they are really talented and they do represent their country when it comes to the creative industry, whether they are singers or artists or actors, or really we've gathered a really talented cast in each of these cities, and the response that we've been getting in terms of applications after the campaign was launched is amazing. So it was only natural for us to end this social media campaign in Colombia, in Bogota, because, well, Colombia is our guest country and we wanted to end it in a big way. So we are shooting the campaign FTA Goes to Colombia in the upcoming days, where we are gathering some of Colombia's biggest talents within the creative industry, for them to push young emerging talents, fashion talents in Colombia to apply now to FTA 2021. So we're very, very excited about it. I think it's going to be super, super nice.
Yeah, it's going to be a very special event. Everybody has to stay tuned to Fashion Trust Arabia's social media, and to, of course, Inex Moda's social media, as well as Pro Colombia, so you can find out everything about what we're going to do at the photo shoot. We're going to have some very special guests wearing some of the most very attractive and very cool looks from Colombian designers. So this is a very good initiative to show the Colombian community how Fashion Trust Arabia is landing in Colombia. And not only the designers are going to visit Qatar, but also Fashion Trust Arabia is going to take over Colombia very soon, right? Very soon, Martha.
I wish I could be there.
Hopefully soon.
And this complete project is about cultural appropriation. I think it's not only about, you know, participating in Fashion Trust Arabia, and just because you're participating, you're going to make it in the country or the region. You have to get to know the country. You have to get to know the region and do a lot of cultural appropriation of what you're going to do in the market. What word of advice would you give designers to have this appropriation of the market, of the culture? What do they need to understand about the culture?
Actually, you know, I just wanted to add one point, Sebastian, which is that Colombia by itself, you know, is a niche sort of producer when it comes to designer wear. And the kind of things that Colombia produces, you may not be able to find in many other countries, you know. And I think it's a really good fit for the Middle East, which is also looking for niche products. They're not your mass, big scaled market like your United States, or even the high-end fashion of Europe, where, you know, there are certain expectations. So it's more open. They are more encouraging of new designers, and also new designs in general. So new styles as well. And I think Colombia can actually provide that. I think basically it's like a good fit. No, I think Colombia is a good fit for Qatar and also for the Middle East in general, because both are in this segment sort of niche providers and niche buyers. And the kind of things that Colombia produces, other countries in, let's say, Southeast Asia or Africa may not be able to you know, have that purchasing power that the Middle East has. So it's a good fit in that sense, because the Middle East actually is looking for high quality, and they are able to and willing to pay a good price also for it, which is exactly what Colombia is also, and Colombian designers are also looking for. So in that sense, I think it's a good fit. And Fashion Trust Arabia is, it's like, it should be any designer's sort of dream to enter the Middle East, because there's really nothing else that they would need to do if they manage to achieve something with Fashion Trust Arabia, because it will cement their long-term presence there.
So I do believe we have a great opportunity in this market. We can offer, as you said, quality, and of course, DNA and a very well-known differentiation in terms of design. So I think there's a great opportunity for niche segments like designer products. Martha, you wanted to add something else, right?
No, basically this is what I wanted to say. I wanted to say that the market here has great respect for everything that is special and unique, and we're not a mass market, as Harry previously said, and we do believe in local production and sustainability and artisanal work, and consumer here are looking for uniqueness, and I think that's something the Colombian designers master. So I think it's going to be a great fit.
Great. Before we jump into the Q&A session, I'd like Martha to do a quick recap of what's coming up. What do the designers have to do once we close the applications? What comes up next? And how Fashion Trust Arabia is going to be developed in 2021, and something that's very important, what the final winner is going to get. What are the chances he's going to get? What will he receive on behalf of Fashion Trust Arabia, Inex Moda, and ProColombia?
Okay, so our application process is open until November 30th. After November 30th, we will close the application process. We will gather all applications, and all applications will be sent to the advisory board that we already announced on our Instagram channels. And I invite everyone to have a look at the advisory board. We have amazing people from Nina Garcia to Joanna Ortiz to Hamish Bowles, Law Roach, Alexander Fury, really some of the industry best tastemakers and opinion leaders are part of our advisory board for the season. So the applications are sent to this advisory board, and then what the advisory board will do is that they will select the finalist in each of the categories, including the guest country category. So 4 finalists will be announced. 4 Colombian finalists will be announced, and following that, they will be announced in end of January. Following that, we will fly the winners. Apologies, the finalists to our event in Doha, taking place in Doha. So we do have a very special format for the event this year. It's going to be both physical and virtual, which is very exciting. Given that we live in uncertain times, we don't want to leave anything to chance, and so we will be ready with a virtual event in case some of the advisory board or the judges or the guests cannot fly. And the virtual event will happen in parallel with the physical event. So the finalists will fly to Doha with their collection. They will have their own booth, and they will expose their collection along the other MENA designers. And then, as I mentioned, there's the judging day. The judges will pass by each booth, including the guest country's booth, and they will talk to the designer. They will review the collection. They will give feedback as well, which is great. I mean, having the advisory board and the jury look at your brand and acknowledge your brand is an achievement by itself. So a lot of networking will happen there. A lot of connections are going to be built there with the advisory board and with the jury members. And with key experts from the industry. And then once the winners are announced, we will give out our mentorship program with Maison de Mode, our mentorship program with Bicester Village, our showroom and PR partner with Maison Pyramide. So the winner of the Colombian category will have a showroom that will connect him to the buyer as well. It will be exposed in a showroom, both virtual and physical showroom, which is Maison Pyramide. That's one of the leading showrooms from the region. And this showroom also connects the brand not only with Middle Eastern and North African buyers, but with international buyers as well. They have amazing connections and an amazing network of buyers. They will also get consultancy on their PR strategy from Maison Pyramide as well. So really, the list goes on and on and on. We will be announcing all of our partners for 2021 when it comes to what the winners will be getting in return by next week. So please stay tuned. Follow Fashion Trust Arabia on Instagram, and because we have so much to offer and to give that we will be announcing that next week.
Great, thank you, Martha. And this is why Inex Moda and ProColombia partnered with FTA, Fashion Trust Arabia, to bring Colombian design to the MENA region, and not only to connect, as Martha said, with the MENA region, but also with international buyers from different countries and different regions that have visited FTA before, have visited the previous events. And I think it's a great, as I said, it's a great opportunity for Colombian design to get to know other cultures and get to know other potential markets. And we do have the talent, the quality, and the product that we need to get to these markets. So I want to jump real quick to the Q&A session. We have around 40 people connected right now watching this webinar. I'm going to jump to Spanish real quick just to remind people the criteria of how to participate in Fashion Trust Arabia 2021 under Colombia as guest country. So I'm going to share with everybody what the criteria is to participate in the event. Entonces, recuerden que en este momento las inscripciones están abiertas hasta el 30 de noviembre. Los criterios de selección son muy importantes que lo tengan en cuenta porque el diseñador debe ser colombiano y su negocio debe estar radicado en el país, es decir, debe operar en Colombia. El diseñador debe tener entre 2 y 15 años en el mercado, mínimo 2, máximo 15 años en el mercado, respaldado con la creación legal o la constitución legal de la empresa. Debe pertenecer al negocio de ready to wear, es decir, listo para usar. Debe hablar inglés fluidamente, por eso este conversatorio lo estamos haciendo en inglés, porque en el mercado se enfrentarán a un panel de jurados y a unos compradores internacionales donde la negociación se desarrollará en inglés. Si no hablan inglés, podrán delegar a un representante para la marca. No necesariamente tiene que ser el diseñador quien hable, sino que si dentro de la empresa o dentro del negocio hay una persona que puede representar a la marca, que esté en capacidad de negociar, también es válido. Y muy importante, las categorías de producto. Aplica para vestuario femenino y masculino exterior. Otras categorías como joyería, como trajes de baño, ropa interior, calzado, marroquinería, todavía no aplican para el concurso, probablemente en futuras ediciones. Entonces, voy a abrir el espacio para preguntas y respuestas. Recuerden que lo pueden hacer a través del botón de preguntas y respuestas en la parte inferior de sus pantallas, o también lo pueden hacer a través del chat público que van a encontrar también al lado derecho de sus pantallas. So guys, we're going to go to the Q&A sessions. I think we have a few questions from the audience right now. The first question is from an anonymous person from the audience. The person saying, thank you for the opportunity. Do designers have to be at least for 2 years in the market? The answer is yes. They have to be at least 2 years in the market and a maximum of 15 years according to their document of creation of their company. Martha, I think this question is for you from Laura Aparicio. Do we have to present a new collection different to the collection that we with which we applied with, or can it be the same one?
No, it absolutely can be the same one. The same collection that you present, the same lookbook that you present, you can have the same collection with you in Doha.
Great. We have another question from Mariana Cuevas. Hi everyone, I have a question. Underwear brands can also participate in this invitation? Martha, I think this question is for you.
What was the question?
Underwear brands.
Underwear brands, no. So the category is for ready-to-wear brands only.
Okay. So yes, Mariana, and Juliana Morales is also asking, we have a swimwear brand for all the for the entire family. Would we be able to apply? Juliana and Mariana, the answer is no. For this year's FTA coming to Colombia, the only categories that we have available is ready to wear, which means outerwear for feminine and masculine market and male market. So for this year, right, Martha? Maybe later on we can open to different
Maybe later
categories
on
because we have a huge potential.
adding other categories, but for the moment we just had to stick to one category and we went for the ready-to-wear.
Mm-hmm. Adriana from the audience is asking, ready-to-wear leather accessories can participate?
Yes, I mean, is it so? The ready-to-wear is leather.
Is leather?
Yes, definitely, of course.
Okay, great. Maria Andrea Hernandez is asking, I have a boutique of Colombian designers. Can I participate?
So you cannot participate if you don't have a brand, if you are not a designer yourself. So if you have a boutique of Colombian designers, unfortunately, you will not be able to apply. But I do ask you to encourage the designers that are in your boutique to apply.
Great point, great point. As a boutique, you cannot participate, but you can encourage and you can spread the word with the designers that sell in your boutique. Thank you for the comment, Martha. That's very important. Yeah. Cesar Perdomo is asking, I have a swimwear and resort line. Can I participate only with the resort line?
Yes, why not? Yes, it's ready to wear, so of course.
Okay, Cesar, so apply now. We have, okay, I think that's all the questions we have. If anybody else has any other question, please let us know. Cesar Perdomo is saying thank you. Cesar, apply now, remember. Adriana, apply now. Yeah, I think that's all the questions we have for now. So before we go, I do want to remind everybody that to be able to participate, they have to visit our website, Inexmoda's website, www.inexmoda.org.co, www.inexmoda.org.co. And once you get to our website, you're going to find the main banner with Unique Fashion Trust Arabia 2021. You just click on the banner and you go right into the website where you can apply. There's going to be an application form where you have to fill out all your information. You have to download an application, fill your application form, and then upload all your files showcasing your product, your brand, and all the characteristics that make you unique. All the instructions and all the guidelines are in our website. So please go to our website right now and apply now. Remember, applications close in November 30th. So don't be left behind. We're going to select 5 finalists. These 5 finalists will be traveling to Qatar in 2021. If the conditions or situations around COVID don't allow the designers to travel, there's going to be a virtual event where they will be also able to participate. So don't miss out on this opportunity. Marta, Hari, thank you very much for being here with us today. Thank you for this great opportunity. And I'd like you to say quick words of advice and goodbye to all the designers that are watching us right now.
Thank you so much for having us. I really hope that this was helpful for the designers and everyone that was with us during this webinar. I just want to say that I just want to encourage everyone to apply now, basically, because you literally have nothing to lose. Even if you are not selected as a finalist, or even if you don't win, just having this amazing advisory board acknowledge your brand and look at it and give feedback on it is an achievement by itself. So the application process is incredibly simple. It will take a few minutes of your time only. You have nothing to lose by applying. Apply now.
Great. Adriana Lara is asking if shoe companies can participate. Adriana, no, only ready to wear, which is clothing and apparel. Am I right, Marta?
Yes, correct.
Great. Great. Hadi, final words.
Actually, Sebastian, there's one more question that just came in. So Juan, who's a designer for more than 10 years.
Thank you, Hadi. You should be moderating this webinar. Juan Agudelo is asking, I'm a designer with over 10 years of experience, but I don't have an established brand commercially. Can I participate as an independent designer? Juan, your question is very important. I mean, you have to have between 2 and 15 years in the market, but you do have to have some sort of proof that your brand has been established in the market for 10 years. It can be a legal document. It can be the Chamber of Commerce document. It can be something that backs up that your brand has been in the market for over 10 years. So if you do have a document or something to prove that your brand has been in the market for so long, you can apply. Okay, Hadi, back to you.
So Sebastian, just one last word of advice is, if any designers have, if they have any specific questions about the MENA region and about Fashion Trust Arabia, of course, they should reach out to Martha or through us. But about the MENA region, we do have an office here in Delhi that also looks at the MENA region. So I also end up traveling there sometimes, and I have a colleague in Dubai. But we have a huge team of a fashion team in Colombia. And I think they would be the first point of contact for these designers, to understand exactly what the opportunities are. So if anyone wants to get in touch with ProColombia's fashion team in Colombia, please, I can refer these designers to them. And I think, again, Fashion Trust Arabia is really probably the best opportunity they will find to enter for a long-term project in the region. So please do apply. And as Martha also said, you lose nothing by just applying. Even if you don't get it, that's fine. But do apply and take advantage of this opportunity.
Thank you both so much for joining us today. I'm going to switch really quick to Spanish just to wrap it up. But again, thank you for this initiative. Thank you to Martha on behalf of FTA for this great initiative. Hadi, thank you for supporting the fashion industry and Colombian trade abroad. That's a great work you do there. And thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Ya para terminar, entonces, les recuerdo que pueden aplicar al programa a través de nuestro sitio web www.inexmoda.org.co. Ahí van a encontrar el banner en la página principal, le dan clic al banner y ahí van a encontrar la página interna con todo el manual y todas las instrucciones para que puedan aplicar. Recuerden que las inscripciones se cierran el 30 de noviembre para entrar al proceso de selección de los 5 finalistas que viajarán a Doha en el 2021 con todos los gastos pagos para participar en la premiación y en el evento, la ceremonia de selección del ganador, que bajo la categoría Colombia como país invitado, que recibirá todas estas mentorías y todo este acompañamiento para que pueda conectarse con compradores internacionales. Quiero agradecerles por estar conectados con este espacio. No se pierdan de las noticias que tenemos en nuestras redes sociales. Recuerden que nos pueden seguir como @inexmoda y recuerden que próximamente estaremos lanzando más novedades sobre Colombia Tex, que es la feria de insumos y textiles que realizaremos en enero. Muchas gracias a todos por acompañarnos y que pasen un feliz día. Bye, Martha. Bye, Hadi.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Sebastian. Bye, Martha.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you.